Hello, Double9Radio people, my wonderful listeners. I want to say a big thank you for joining us this evening. It's always amazing to have you on the show. It's 1909, 11.05, 2022. Yes, you know what time it is. It's the FEL show here on Double9Radio. We've got an amazing guest on the show this evening. Trust me, mate, I'm blown away. It's mind-blowing to have him on the show as well. I mean, if you know what this guy's achieved so far, I'm telling you, you'd be like, oh my word, I need to tell all my family members to listen to him this evening. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey man, I'm doing good. How you doing, man? Hey, welcome. I mean, thank you so much for putting me on. And I just want to say, hey, big shout out to you, Double9. You know what I mean? You're my boy. Let's do it, man.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only. You know what? I'm going to let him introduce himself because you know what? I don't want to, we always get the real deal on the show. It's not, we don't get a fake person or, someone's going to pretend to be someone else. Who do we have on the show this evening?
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, Stanley Enow from Cameroon, that's Central Africa. I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter, and, I'm blessed to be an MTV award-winning artist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got it for my people, I got it for the continent. I'm in California right now making more music, and I am blessed to have the number one song in the region right now called Pariparo.
Pariparo. I mean, that's amazing. And you've done that with an amazing producer as well, which we will get to as we go. Again, Stanley, thank you for coming on the show this evening. It's amazing to have you on the show. But I mean, let's start right from the beginning. Let's start right from the beginning. I mean, you got an amazing talent. I mean, you started out as a TV presenter, as a radio presenter as well. I mean, I feel I might be judged this evening because you know what? It's because Stanley's got some skills on radio presenting as well. Do you know what I mean? But we see how it goes. I mean, but Stanley, tell us, I mean, what inspires you as an individual?
Oh man, what inspired me is just life, just seeing how things are going and, how we just keep rocking and, I'm a product of my environment, you know what I mean? So I'm a dreamer, I grew up in a very modest and humble background, having my dad as a soldier, my mom as a state secretary, you know what I mean? So I mean I'm just a cool kid from Cameroon who's forever had dreams to make it to the world stage. So I started in church, from church I started rapping, and while I was in school I used to go on youth programs on radio every Wednesday after school.
Amazing.
I'm going to remove my uniform, remove my uniform top and stay with a t-shirt, and the uniform trousers and the uniform pants, and just go do my thing, rap and host at the same damn time. And, when I had my advanced level, when I had to go to university in the city of Douala, which is like the economic capital, as I got there, it was very, very hard for me to just become, the artist that I wanted to become because there was like big players in the game, I mean? It's like you leave, Coventry and you just want to go shine in London, London people are already there doing that thing, so I had to just make sure that I switch on radio and I switch on TV, and I did it good.
Amazing.
Give me a spot.
I did.
And I shot my shot. Yeah, Double9.
Amazing. So I mean, again, you mentioned you came from humble beginnings. You started out in the church as well. You talked about your family there as well, which is quite amazing. And also, I hear that you're very proud Cameroonian as well, which is wonderful, and I love that. I mean, you started as a presenter, TV presenter, radio presenter because you're trying to get into that entertainment field. But before that, was there a particular song or performance that you watched that that made you think, I really want to do that. I want to be an artist. I want to be in the lights. I want to be Stanley Enow that everyone's going to call in their name. I mean, what made you want to be an artist actually?
Yeah, so it's very it's just me. I mean, when I was in nursery school, as a nursery school, I mean, what people call elementary school in some other parts of the world, we always have like grand days where at the end of the school where they're given like results and report cards.
Yeah.
Kids come and, just try as much as possible to display their talent, so I had to come out and display my talent and let them know that I am the buzz, you know. So I read a poem, you know what I mean? And in that poem, my teachers found out that I had a genius in me, like, you know, the way I open my arms, the way you know, just open my arms and pull my chest up, you know what I mean? It was really, really huge, and a lot of people were just amazed at how much a performer I could be.
Wow.
You know, so from that, I think that was when people could see the little sparks of that the boy
Amazing.
was born.
Amazing. So you had it in you. You had it in you all this time. You just had to let the world know, you know what? Stanley's here now. I'm taking over. I mean, what was the early years like? You know, finding your feet in the industry, because it can be quite challenging, isn't it? It can be quite competitive as well. You know, what was that like? You know, you trying to get it and break it, because Stanley, I mean, you know what? I look back at your catalog of what you've done. It's remarkable. It's amazing as well. I mean, you've done amazing tracks with big artists. Well, like, I mean, you're massive artist yourself. You've done with Diamond Platts, you've done with Davido, and also your latest track as well, which you're going to be talking about in a minute as well. You know, with a big producer as well. I mean, so what was the early life like? You know, any years of finding your feet in the industry? What was that like?
Oh man, it was just pretty nice, pretty chilled. You know, like it was just me. You know, just watching TV and watching and reaching for the stars, seeing how people, you know, could probably do some things. And I've always been a critic, you know what I mean? Like, every time I listen to American rap or listen to legendary musicians from our country, I always, you know, tried as much as possible to see how, you know, I could do better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either I wanted to be like them or I could do better. You know, like you can watch an ad on TV and you be like, oh, if I was the one like behind this ad, I would do it better, I'll do it like this. So I always had the eye. And I think, you know what I mean, you know, the apple of success, the apple of being a star was in my eye.
I know, so, I can tell. I mean, you're born with it as well. You just have to release it to the world as you moved on.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, you're a rap artist, and you actually sing as well, because, you know, you sing in some of your tracks as well, and you do it in your own language or English as well. All right, so how do you get inspiration writing? What inspires your writing? How do you get all of that words, you know, coming together and making amazing music? What is that? I mean, some artists would tell me, you know, I have to sit by the window, the perfect sun ray to hit my face, you know, so I can get that inspiration from the heavens, and I go to my pen and paper and I start writing the lyrics. Is that what happens to you, Stanley?
And yeah, it really happens to me as well, like that. You know, you know, today we before we all had like smartphones and shit. You know what I mean? Basically, you know, I would just sit down in a corner in school and just try as much as possible to just make it work for me and everybody that believes in what we do. As in, you know, I'll just sit down and write my ideas in my head, you know?
Yeah.
You have a little recorder. I'll put all the beats I have on my recorder. And I didn't really, back then I couldn't really afford having beats, so I had to just use Facebook beats, you know, from DMX, from Tupac, you know,
amazing.
Like, you know, it's you know, no sunshine in me.
Amazing. I mean, you mentioned some big artists there. Tupac, you know, was a big, massive artist, isn't it? He's amazing. He's got this lyrical power, and it delivers every time as well. Classics that, you know, you could put on now and it will still rock a dance floor. I mean, you've been in the entertainment industry for a really long time. You know, how do you think music has changed over the years?
Oh man, change is constant. That's the only thing that is constant, boy. Like, if you don't, what I noticed back in the years is that music has changed. Even the way people consume music has changed, and it has increased. Like, the numbers are crazy. You know, gone are those days where people just really focus on albums. People just want to go single by single. I mean, even the biggest names, you know what I mean? People don't really focus on albums like that. It's, you know, there's just a very few. People just want to have number one singles and da-da-da-da. So music consumption has changed. So does music production. So, you know, people right now are, you know, we're like in a fast food area where people just want to consume and just go. But I know that we have a bunch of us that just want to make music that, you know, is here to stay forever, you know what I mean? Because that's the goal. You know, take time and create and put your soul and put your peace and body and spirit in the song, so that at the end of the day, you know that you're not in a position where your things go sour. But yeah, music right now has really evolved, and you know, if you don't evolve with time, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you don't evolve with time, you're dead. Like, look at big rappers, even you hear a big boy like Lil Wayne saying that, oh, yo, if you don't go to trap music, if you don't go to mumble rap at some point, you stay stuck. So same thing for African artists. Same thing for African artists. If, you know, because fans don't really care about the money you have. I mean, they do care, but I mean, they don't really care because money doesn't sing in their ears. Awards don't sing in their ears. It's the music that sings in the ears. So the more you keep creating content and make sure that, you know, you adapt to what the people are vibing to, boy, make sure that every time you adapt, you do it your own way.
Amazing.
You adapt and do it your own way.
Amazing.
But it's very important to adapt. Else it's going to be crazy.
Yes. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Because if we look at, you know, all the, you know, the tracks you've done in the past, it's like it changes with time, and it just fits the, you know, at that point in time, that's what's banging, and Stanley delivers. And also, I mean, most currently now you released a single called, I'm almost tongue-tied when I try to pronounce this, Para Pariano. Help me, Stanley. You know, I love it. I love it. Pari. That's it. Pari. That's it. It's amazing. I mean, I love the vibe on that as well. I mean, so how did you come about to, you know, to meet Storch? My word, I can't even pronounce words this evening. Scott, you know, how did you get to meet Scott? How did that happen?
You know what? I got to meet Scott on TV like a couple years ago.
Okay.
You know, watching songs like Crazy in Love by Beyonce, watching songs like You Should Let Me Love You by Mario, watching songs like Cry Me a River by Justin Bieber, by Justin Timberlake, you know, Lean Back by Fat Joe. That's when I got introduced Scott Storch. That was in spirit.
Amazing.
Or remotely.
Okay.
But, you know, I was dreamed working with the beast that is Scott Storch. And, you know, it's very funny because I really praise God for me, because every time I really wanted something so bad and I worked towards it and I chased it a lot, it didn't happen. And when it came always at the times that I least expected, but the difference is that I was prepared. You know what I mean? That's why they say you have to be prepared. Preparedness is something.
It is.
You always have to be prepared. So I came to LA doing something else. And I fell on this beautiful big boy in the city. You know what I mean? Great man, great business mogul called Alki David. He's Greek by origin. And, you know, some people introduced my music to him without even him knowing who I was physically. He listened to one of my songs called My Way, which is one of my biggest songs, you know what I mean? And he fell in love with the melody, and he can't even hear 30% of what I was saying. That's why when the song is spiritual, that's how it's cool. You know what I mean? So what happened is that I went to his house, a beach house in Malibu. First time going to Malibu. And, you know, it was like, oh my gosh, I love your song, da-da-da-da. You know, Scott was like, who the F is Scott? It's like Scott Storch. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I know him. He's like, okay, we're going to his house tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, oh, wow. What am I going to do with Scott? Am I going to do a hip-hop song? Because I know that's his fault.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. I'm going to show him. I'm going to make him listen to the voodoo music, to the juju music that we do back home. And guess what? On going to his house, he was listening to some Ghanaian music.
Oh, wow. Okay. Amazing.
This boys, they listen to us in your houses. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, wow, it's beautiful. So, yeah, so as I went there, I was like, oh, boy, this is what I'm doing. This is my direction. I like you to give me something Afro-popish, and make it very open, and, so I played them a couple of dope tracks that are going to be coming on the album that we're going to put forth when we're done, or when we keep pushing the Para Fever with your help, of course. And he came up with something.
Amazing.
And, and that's how it worked.
Amazing.
We end up doing our...
Amazing. That's such a...
Yeah, we end up doing our track.
Crazy.
We end up doing our track. And look at what it's doing for us. The nation and the people, and we just starting.
Amazing.
So I am super proud of being the young guy who knows what patience is.
Yeah.
Because that's a big virtue, you know what I mean?
It is.
Preparedness, and I love the fact that things are coming. You could tell it's coming in a big way. You're not asking too much. That's why in my frame of mind right now, whoever I want to work with, I ask you. If you don't want it, goodbye. Because
Amazing. I love
really want to work with people that want to work with me. You know what I mean? So, because I believe that whatever Michael Jackson did, whatever Manu Dibango did, whoever is doing, I can do it in my own time or in God's time.
Wow. I love that. I love that, Stanley. Patience. Patience and being prepared.
Yeah,
amazing. Two key words.
Yeah, man.
Be patient and be prepared as well. That's amazing. I mean, okay, if I was asking you this, like, what do you enjoy most about being an artist?
Oh, man. What I enjoy the most being an artist is being free. You know what I mean? It's being free, because that's what I was born to do. That's amazing. Freedom, doing what you love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And excelling in it.
Amazing.
And I'm not saying that excelling doesn't always mean that you have to be, on the world stage, or, you could just be like a band member. You could just be in a cabaret, but you're living your passion and you're feeding off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what even makes me more proud is the fact that I'm not only feeding off of it, I'm making other people feed off of it.
Amazing.
So that makes me important. You know what I mean?
You are definitely.
It makes me feel, you know what I mean? And,
okay, on that note.
So besides the freedom, sir, besides the freedom, it's just the fact that I am able to communicate with God directly.
Amen to
but
that.
Everything I say is a connection with the divine.
Amazing.
And I'm just so happy, and I pray and I thank God for what He has in store for us. And whoever's listening to this radio show right now, be it on my team, be it MC Charlene, be it the people I'm going to meet on tour in the near future, be it you, be it anybody online right now, I just want you to feel blessed, because existing is already something. Make use of your life in the best way you can. And may the energy that the good Lord is putting on me shine on you too. Gee.
Amen. I really tap into that as well. That's such amazing. I mean, you mentioned MC Charlene there, the goddess. Oh my gosh, the MC, the one and only MC Charlene. A big shout out to her as well. I mean, you want to give a shout out to MC Charlene, Stanley?
Yeah, MC Charlene, we hustling for that money to come marry you. Pretty cool.
Okay. Is that a slight proposal we hear? That Stanley's dropping hints on there. MC Charlene, I hope you're listening as well. Fantastic. I mean, you're very proud of, of where you're from, Cameroon, which is amazing as well. I mean, I would love to I've never visited Cameroon, but I'm sure in the near future I will be. Cameroon is amazing. You guys come up with great artists, MC Charlene like yourself as well. But, I mean, if you look at the industry, the entertainment industry, as a whole in Cameroon, what do you think is lacking within that industry?
I wouldn't say lacking. I would say it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And the time is now.
Okay.
There's no better time than now. It's just a matter of time, boy.
So you don't think
anything now?
So there's nothing lacking. It's just a matter of time. So it's a process.
No,
you know, it's a process where
it's a process. Yeah, because I don't want to go in the complaining. I don't want to go in a complaining mood. You know, that's not. You know, nothing is lacking.
Okay.
We got MC Charlene.
Yeah.
We got me.
Exactly.
We got Salasiel.
Yeah.
We got Cheesy Pancherico. We got people.
Amazing.
Nothing is lacking. Your time is gonna come, and I think the time is now.
Amazing. I love that. You know, one thing I admire about artists is, like, you know, when you kind of support each other and you know, give a pat on the back, like, you know what, you're doing all right, you know, and we can all build together and you know, make the industry you know, global, basically. I mean, do you think that happens, you know, in Cameroon as well?
I may not be very sure of if that happens on 100%. You know, but what I know is that I got a support from my fans. I got a support from people that don't even know who I am. This is me talking to you now, Double9. Okay. You know?
Yeah.
I'm in California. Every time I play my new music, I could feel the reaction hits from people that don't even know where I come from. Amazing. So for me, if these people got me, I'm good. So I'm not really worried with a brother in the game, with a colleague posting my stuff or not. If he does, fine. They share, fine. They don't, I don't give a damn. But I always share their stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's my job.
Yeah.
Taking my people to the promised land. And so far as my fans are out there with me and the new people that are discovering me, and I'm grateful.
Amazing.
And that even gets me to say, if you're just tuning in right now, just know that you're talking to Stanley Enow, or you're listening to this young boy from Cameroon called Stanley Enow.
I love it. Amazing.
He's got a #1 song right now called Para Pari Paro.
Para Pari Paro. We're going to be playing that as well. It's a banging track as well. But I mean, you know, looking at the entertainment industry in Cameroon, in Africa, you know, in Europe as well. I mean, Afrobeat is fire right now. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's listening to Afrobeat. There's remixes coming out. I mean, you were the first, should I say, African or, you know, Cameroonian to win an MTV award as well. I mean, we've got people winning the Grammys now and all of that. I mean,
no cap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is there any particular collaborations you would like to have or you're looking forward to in the music industry?
Genuine great collaborations. There's artists that I admire. Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Filmzy.
Okay.
Dave.
Yeah. I mean, you have a track. You know, I'm not even going to dispute that because you have a track that sounds really, you know, UK garagey like, you know, UK street type of vibe. I can't remember the name of that track. And I listened to it, I'm like, wow, Stanley's got skills because, like, you're very versatile in how you deliver, you know, your music. And I think that's quite amazing. And I think, yes, those guys would do really well with you on the track as well. Okay, so, I mean, you know, it's been amazing to have a conversation this evening. But, I mean, if you could have a conversation with your younger self, what would that conversation be?
I want to say thank you to my younger self for always being respectful to God. Thank you to my younger self for always choosing the right path even when it was super hard. Thank you to my younger self for being honest with himself. Thank you to my younger self for crying when things were hard and always raising his head high, even when people think he was very, very small. Thank you for my younger self in Africa who never stopped dreaming, even when people thought his dreams were immeasurable. Thank you to my younger self for always being that guy that never accepts for Africa. And thank you to my younger self for never leaving me, because deep within I'm a big boy and still a child.
Amazing.
Serving Africa and my generation.
Amazing. I mean, that's great advice. It should be so inspiring for anyone listening out there, any aspiring, young artist or trying to say, you know what, I want to kind of like get into the music entertainment business as well. You need to, I've listened to what you just said. I think that's quite inspiring as well. Okay, on a final note kind of thing, looking at, all the artists coming out of Africa at the moment, what would you say are your maybe top 3 favorite artists at the moment?
Favorite artist at the moment, I would go with this gentleman from Cameroon called Tizi Banjako.
Okay.
A very dope guy. Then if I go, you're talking about a younger generation, right?
Yeah, younger generation. I mean, you have your pick. You could do what you need to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a boy like Diamond.
Okay.
Diamond Platinums was a big time hustler. Coming from where he comes from, you could tell he really hustles. And I really admire people that are in countries that don't really have, all the amenities to shine, but they do make it out of the lot. But I'm going to just give it up to, O'Malley, dope guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at the young Sea Soul from my country. And there's just a bunch of people, that I really admire. And I wouldn't really go by top this, top that. I would just go by the energy that they bring in, the feel and the love. I thank y'all for being little drips and drops in the ocean, giving us the power and the opportunity to swim without sharks.
Amazing.
Biting on us, you know what I mean?
Amazing. So what should we expect from Stanley? Stanley Enow. I know we're expecting fire. I mean, this new amazing single, which you're going to be playing, right after this as well, so you can get a feel of this, and you need to be streaming it as well. But what should we be expecting from Stanley? Do you have any planned concerts coming up? Do you have any planned tours coming up as well? What is cooking in your kitchen, Stanley?
In a couple of days, my little black ass is going to be in the UK.
Oh, fine. Listen, you got to come into the studio then. That's it. Go on then.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Manchester, you know what I mean, just for 2 days.
Okay.
Because I got a football game at the Old Trafford real quick. Then I come back to America. Then we're planning a tour, a beautiful tour that is going to happen. And there's just so many things. The team is working. We on the spot. We open to bookings. We're open to move. And I think right now we're just focused on promotions. Like,
amazing.
We just putting our knees down and just asking God beautiful favor and the promise that He told us that whatever we think loud shall happen. To make sure that Parapari goes.
Parapari
Diamond Platinum. You know what I mean? And
amazing.
And I can't wait to see my people soon, man. Like, I'm recording. The music is fire. I'm not just saying the music is fire because it's me. Like when you really listen to something and other people listen, be like, hey, damn.
Yeah.
So I really pray that we stay connected, Double9.
Definitely.
That's my team.
We're already connected. There's no disconnection happening again as well. But so on a final note, Stanley, tell me a fun fact about yourself that no one knows live here on Double9Radio. Fun fact.
I mean, I eat a lot of cereal every morning.
He eats a lot of cereal. He's definitely a big boy, isn't he? Okay.
And bananas.
And bananas as well. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a very, very big breakfast guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm just working more on my spirit right now. There's so many things to be done, and I just bless God.
Amen.
For what is happening and for what is coming.
Amen.
And man, yeah, man.
Fantastic, Stanley.
She got my beat, gotta go.
Paparico. It's so catchy. Amazing. Hey. Come on. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to play that track. Stanley, it's been amazing to have you on the show this evening. Boy. You've been a great guest.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, go on.
You know what? I give you the right to play back to back. Boy, let's go.
Okay. Thank you. Live and direct here. It's amazing. Thank you again, Stanley. It's always wonderful to have amazing guests like yourself on the show. Wish you the best of luck as well. I can't wait to hear back from you as well. And also be attending your amazing tours or concerts here in the UK as well. It's been amazing. It's been wonderful. Have a fantastic time. And I'm sure we'll be hearing back from you soon.
Love.
Thank you.
Let's go.